You already know. Where the YouTube channel at? Get that shit, man.
What you said?
Get that money, man. Come on.
I didn't hear what he said because I only speak in Spanish.
We're gonna get you on that YouTube channel. We're gonna get you up.
You know what? See, I'm tired of him talking. I'm gonna do this video and we're gonna call it CJ's We Did It just so you can stop talking shit. And I ain't even gonna get paid for it just for putting that cuss word in.
You know what I mean? I want to be the first subscriber on that bad boy.
Oh my God, I finally get to do it. Let me check. Highlighter is popping. Okay, slip the edges down. All right, hold on, give me 1 second. All right, let's start over. Hi you guys, welcome to my channel. Today is gonna be a get ready with me using one of my favorite palettes, the Masquerade Mini by Juviasplace. I absolutely love it. So if you wanna know how to achieve this look here, just continue to watch and we'll just get started. Can you imagine the shock on my face when I realized my camera had stopped recording? Like, I just looked down and noticed the screen was gone. The only thing we've done so far was bake our entire face, and then we just went ahead and we are using the Masquerade Mini palette by Juviasplace. We are using the top half here for the colorful shades. And so far I've only used one shade. I've taken this shade here, Bori, which is the hot pink shade right here. I've taken that with the Sonia G Blender Pro and I blended that all the way across my crease and over here on the outer V. I've done that on that side and I'm about to finish that up on this side. When I'm first getting it on, I'm not really worried about getting it precise or getting it exact or anything like that, because right now I'm blending out those edges and making sure every area is completely covered with this shade. Okay, now that I like what's going on there, I am going to take another brush just to blend out and buff out those edges. So I'm going to go in with a MAC 217 brush. This is a discontinued original hair brush, but I still have it. And we're just going to take that. You can use any, tapered blending brush and just go over it with no product on the brush and just slightly go around those edges and buff those out just a little bit more than what they already are. Just to make sure we have it pigment enough, because I've diffused diffused it all up, I'm gonna take and just go in the very bottom, deepest part of my crease and add a little more of that pink, just to make sure it is the darkest part of that. Bam. If you don't feel the need to do so, don't do so, but because I have semi-hooded lids, I'm always worried about if color is actually in every spot and if it's gonna fade. So I am known for layering and blending. Bam. So I always add some type of adhesive to my lids, regardless if I'm doing glitters, whether I'm doing eyeshadows, pigments, even if it's just a matte shadow. I like something on my lid to make sure when I put pigment there, it's gonna be there all day to last. My favorite as of right now, even though this is the wrong cap for this, is the NYX glitter adhesive. Let's see if we can get you close to that. And as you can see, he's on his last breath too, but I have another one coming. I accidentally dropped the cap to this and lost it, so the cap on this is from my old favorite, Too Faced Glitter Glue. They're both amazing, but this one's like a quarter of the price, so. And I'm going to be applying this NYX adhesive with the Morphe M421 brush. If you want to do a cut crease, honey. The first color I want to go in with is Makita. That is this vibrant purple shade here. Yes, she is beautiful. And I'm using a Sephora must-have powder shadow brush. It says it's number 60 brush. Yeah, you see it there. And we're gonna fill this up on the inner about third, if not half, of our eye. Now that we have the purple on the inner corners, we're gonna fill the rest of the lid up with Dahlia, this vibrant blue shade here. I want to go in with this one right here. And we're gonna soften up those edges by blending them together. We don't want a harsh line. And we're gonna go back to our Blender Pro brush. And we're gonna go in this time with the shade Zobo, which is this nice matte purple shade here. And we're gonna use that to deepen up our outer corner. Gonna fill up on one side of the brush, and then just go in and deepen that out like that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go in with a very thin tapered blending brush, a brush that is much thinner than the Sonia G one. We're going to go in with the Natural Hair MAC 221 brush. They're about the same shape, but one's very much thinner than the other because we want to get that product in a very specific place. So we're going to take the same shade Zobo on just the tip of that brush there, not on the edges, just the very tip. I'm going to knock some off, and we're going to just take that color and drag it from the outer corner straight throughout our crease. Just tapping it in the Zobo and buffing out the edges of that. That way we don't have a harsh line there. And then we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. We want to clean up our eyeshadow and create a glow, because what I have been doing is layering all these powders, all this product. So things may start to look a little dry. So to finish and set things off, I like to go in with a luminous powder. And my favorite powder to do that with, Candle Glow Sheer Perfecting Powder by Laura Mercier. I'm going to start off with shade 3. This is what the powder looks like here. Very glowy pressed powder. And I'm going to go in with the Sigma Large Fluff Brush, the E50. I just went from it being buffed and blended like that to sharpened and winged like that, baby. We're just going to do the same over here. Baby, cleaned her up real fast. And then I can come back in and sharpen her up any way I like. And we're gonna let that sit while we go in and do mascara and brows. The shade I'm using for the Brow Wiz by Anastasia Beverly Hills is the shade Chocolate. So we're just gonna go in, and although I have rather full brows, I still like to fill in the tail mostly, and usually just the very bottom line. The top line I'm not really so much worried about because I want to keep things as natural as possible. So I'm starting from the front, and we're just gonna trace that very bottom line of my eyebrows all the way over, and then we're gonna create a thicker tail than what I normally have, because that's usually where my brows tend to get thin. And although we're gonna trace along the top, we're not really worried about how perfect or how filled in that is. I just like following that so it makes it easier to get to where I need to on the tail. But we're really gonna fill in the tail and leave the rest pretty bare. Right here in the front, we're just gonna fill in that very little patch. Come to the front and just do that. And then we're just gonna spoolie. I want a little more because this side is not as thick as that side. We're gonna just spoolie this out. Since we already started with Anastasia, we're gonna finish. I'm gonna use the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. So I just like to use disposable ones. And I just take that, brush it all the way through. Now for the mascara. Because we did do eyeshadow, I usually like to take my spoolie first and brush that through my lashes just to make sure that I don't have any product or anything that can help clump or build up on my mascara line too quickly. So we're gonna take and we're just gonna brush through our lashes. Okay, and for mascara, we're going to be using my favorite, the Monsieur Big mascara by Lancome. This is one of the limited edition packaging, but this mascara is a full-time permanent item in the brand. And I like to do the bottom lashes first because I am someone who wants to go after every single lash. And doing so can sometimes cause mascara to smear. But because we set that powder down underneath our eyes to brighten and clean up everything else, we have something to catch that mascara. Okay, and now that I have my mascara on, I've given those bottom lashes time to dry while I did my top lashes. I'm gonna take a dry Q-tip, go underneath and clean it up after I know it's dry. So I'm gonna go up under, make sure in case I do have any, we're gonna remove them. Everything is done. We're gonna go in and we're gonna remove that powder that we put in underneath our eyes. Then we're just gonna come in and do the same over here. So I'm gonna go in with my favorite highlighter of life, Oh Darling by MAC. This is the limited edition one from not this past Christmas, but the Christmas of last year, I believe. But we're gonna take that on a MAC 242 original natural hair brush here. And the MAC Oh Darling, this is once again the older one, but this is a permanent eye. And I'm gonna just fill that brush up. And we're gonna first do our inner eye corner. I'm gonna take a very little bit of what's left and just take and sweep that right underneath the very highest point of the eyebrow. I personally like to take that after I've done that, buff it in, and then take it down and over. I like to bring it all the way to the inner part of the eye, but I don't want it to be nearly as strong here as it is here. And to finish us off, we need to go in and we need to set everything. So I'm going to shake, 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 shake my all-nighter. And to help that dry, we always feel expensive when we use in a dollar store fan, honey. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, take this scarf off, pull my hair back into a ponytail, my everyday look, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the final look. I just want to say thank you to anyone and everyone who watches this video. You guys have no idea how much fun this was. As you can see, even though we did do a bunch of powder, you can truly tell I'm wearing makeup, but it looks nice and smooth and glowy and beautiful, honey. I am feeling this, yeah. I just personally like vibrant looks, and it was crazy to think of how often I thought of doing this, and no matter how many times I prepped, sat down and thought everything out, I still made a million mistakes. And the one thing I took from this was all the mistakes still did not stop it from being as fun as I wanted it to be. My camera stopped recording. I couldn't remember the name of certain brushes. I didn't know if I was always in focus. But none of that changed the fact that this was truly an amazing experience. I hope you all truly enjoyed it. Please share it. Please thumbs up, that really helps. Subscribe. Leave a comment down below letting me know if you like certain products, if you wanted to see more things, different tutorials, different get ready with me's. I absolutely love doing my makeup. I do my makeup almost on a daily basis. So I'll be posting pictures of this look here. And if there's nothing else, have a blessed day.